Big shout to okjersey.com. Scan the QR code below and actually go to the link below to get affordable football shirts from all the European leagues, including the English clubs, all of them, Liverpool, Arsenal, United, City, Spurs, Chelsea, all of them, of course, are all there. You can get the current ones, past seasons, and also some absolute gems out there, vintage ones, and actually very affordable football shirts, high quality, like the one I'm wearing right here. It is very simple to get one. Let me show you how. You go to the website. It's very simple. You click on the Premier League, pick the club you want. For me, I pick Newcastle, for example. You go there, you will find all the current ones, training ones as well. You add whatever you want to the cart. Of course, check the sizes, add a patch, add to cart, but also never forget, as it says below, scan the QR code and put the code JUDGE in the checkout to get 8% discount. It's that easy. Just go to the website, check the football shirt you want. You will not regret it. Now, let's get back to our stream. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Welcome to the two Arsenal fans, of course, on the... I'm actually going to ask Ashraf this question later on the show. We're going to absolutely have some fun today. Absolutely. I wanted to do this with Ashraf for the longest time. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys something for it. We're going to talk about Gabriel B. Now, we're going to talk about Chelsea because there is... I actually did a video on Chelsea yesterday about the reaction to Maresca and people not rating Maresca, and I wanted to get Ashraf's takes. Ashraf, one of the people that I actually value, not only in the content as a friend. When I go to Emirates, of course, I'll meet him. Ashraf is one of the people that I think that doesn't have agendas. Okay, all of us have favoritism, but I think that he speaks from his brain before he speaks from the heart, which is one of the things I admire about people that do content as well. So I wanted to do this, even though people like to do, with all due respect, people like to do like, oh, let me do a one-on-one with, you know, like a big content creator. I'm like, it's not about a content creator that has 200,000 followers. It's about a content creator or someone that actually knows ball, to be honest with you. And Ashraf knows ball. And every time, some of the people that actually do this, before I actually get Ashraf to talk, some of the people that I think that they make the best content when I'm actually with them on the stream, I'm not saying that because of Ashraf. I think it's Ashraf, Staffy, Dan. I think these are the people that I can literally sit down and do a one-on-one with them. And I know that I can fill 3 hours of content just talking about football, talking about generally everything. So hit that like button, people, if you guys are here. I want to get this show to 200 likes. So now we still I know England are playing. We couldn't reschedule. I didn't know that England was playing at 11. or like 5, okay? So hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes, people. Subscribe to the channel, guys, if you are new. Actually, vote, but also like the video before you vote. How are you doing, man? You're right.
Alhamdulillah, man. Thank you. That intro was very, very complimentary. I don't know if I deserve such a great intro, but thank you so much. Appreciate it. Alhamdulillah, it's good.
You cook Hussam, which is enough. That's all we say.
Honestly, those Wednesday shows have been so interesting since Liverpool started losing, man.
Like
Crazy.
you cook.
The whole energy changed.
Yeah, on Tuesday, because the argument is not with Hussam, it's with Couch, it's with Cam, it's with Staffy, you know. But I think, yeah. Well, someone said, why is Hussam not on the panel? Because he's not with us on the show. It's on the poll. It's just different. So hit that like button, people. Come on now. I'm gonna start with something that I want to ask you before we talk about the football. I'm gonna ask you for real. Do you think I'm an Arsenal fan, a closet Arsenal fan, and I'm like, I'm not saying it for some whatever reason? Seriously. Because listen, I want to tell you something. Listen to this. Mo is an Arsenal closet fan, like Terry. Scott here, this guy, I don't know if he's an Aston Villa fan. He comments on every single video, where is the Inter content? And every time I respond to him, out of respect, I try to respond to all the comments, you know? It's very simple. When did I promise people when I started this channel in 2023 at the end of the year that, yep, this is going to be an Inter fan channel. We're reacting to Inter news. I never promised this, but people keep saying, what is the Inter news? It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. But anyway, so a lot of people keep saying, yes.
I think some people are just so drenched into the tribalism that the moment you say something good about their rivals, they just go a bit berserk. And I think especially because we're doing well now. If we were doing bad and you were talking about us a lot and praising us, I think, yeah, then maybe I would have said you have some sort of agenda against us. But you're just praising the team that's top of the league and top of the Champions League as well, funny enough. I remember you doing that as well.
You're second.
Yeah, the goal difference. Okay, Sarah, fair enough. Goal difference. I remember you doing the same thing.
Saying we're top of the league and top of the Champions League as well. We're the same.
Yeah, okay, goal difference. Yeah, it's not that big of a difference. But my point is, like, I think you were doing that as well with Liverpool before. I think you were defending Chelsea sometimes unreasonably. I would actually sometimes think like he's defending Chelsea, even though I feel like Chelsea's not heading where he thinks he's heading. But that shows that you're not trying to be biased. So yeah, man, just people are gonna say.
I defend. You know what's the difference? I can be against the project. Okay, so I am against the Chelsea project. I don't like what they did. If Chelsea were my club, okay, I would want the owner to spend this money to have the best team. I'm the vision of 2028, 2029. I think maybe Man United can think like this, but I think Chelsea, because of the talent they got. Like, I think Caicedo's a massive talent. You know, I think Palmer is a good talent. Yep. And because of that, I think Reece James, I think Malagusto's talented as well. I think because of this, I wanted Chelsea, and instead of spending the money on a left winger, we can start with Chelsea. I actually wanted Chelsea to do well. I have a lot of Chelsea subscribers, actually. One of my most viewed videos.
Help your content. Yeah.
Yes, one of my most viewed videos is Chelsea when Neto was signed for Chelsea 2 summers ago. And I have a lot of Chelsea subscribers. I want Chelsea to do well. But in the same time, I can be against. I don't like how this ownership are like doing the sign, sell. Oh, it doesn't work. Sell him. Or maybe if he's valuing. I don't like that. I want them to sign 5 Caicedos, 5 Cole Palmers. I want them to sign 0 Garnachos and 0 Gittinses. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I don't want them to sign these players because I believe, listen, you know what you're so rich, right? You're so rich, but you're feeding your family scrapes. I'm like, you're so rich. You have the money to actually get a big house, but both your kids are asleep. Like, you have 3 kids that sleep in one room. And instead of going and buying the house for your kid, instead of taking your kids to the right school, okay, you're choosing to get them to a public school that is not good, to live in a poor neighborhood. You know, like, I'm just using America as an example because neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And then you're complaining that when I say I'm against the project. However, there is one more thing I didn't say. Why I'm speaking it? You're the guest. Anyway.
No, go ahead. It's nice.
The only thing is that, and I keep saying this on the Football Terrace and here, you know, that will never cloud my judgment of analyzing the football itself. Like, if
Yeah, of
Chelsea
course.
do well, I wouldn't be like, I'm against the project, so I'm gonna say, oh, Chelsea are shit. I can never do this. I can't get myself to do the agenda, the narrative thing about, I hate Man United, so I'm gonna shit on every player they have. No, if Mbuemo does good, if De Ligt does good, I'm gonna say he's good. You know what I mean? If Maino, like, I'm the one who's like, even though I hate Man United, I said Maino, I thought, okay, we're gonna talk about Man United. I actually thought that Maino should change lives as Palmer changed life for Chelsea. Genuinely, I thought that, but that's for a different.
He's not that good.
I think Maino's that good. Like, and by the way, I did this even when I was with the Never a Foul guys. So I was watching a game with Cass at Daps's house. And Maino came on. It was a preseason friendly or something. I'm like, who's this kid? He's like, that's Kobe Maino. He's a youngster. I'm like, okay, this kid is so good, bro. And people talk about him today, but I'm talking about when he was 18 years old, right? When he came to Man United. And then he got injured. And when he came back, you remember he changed their season. You know, the goal he scored against Wolves, the way he moved the ball in the middle. And I'm like, okay, this kid is the problem with Maino is the same problem as Amad Diallo, Rashford, Martial, all of them. But people don't have that leeway for Maino because he's a youngster. I do want to talk about Maino a lot. The problem with Maino is that he plays for Man United. That's why I'm the one on the football terrace. And Terry got so annoyed when I said this. I said, for the good of Kobe Maino, he should leave Man United 2 years ago.
He should have left, yeah.
He should have left. He should have been to Real Madrid or Barcelona or Arsenal.
While I agree, and there's clear evidence of many young talented players just going downhill there at United, the reality is, how many of them left United and succeeded? Everyone I'm thinking about,
none of them have left young. None of them have left as a youngster. Okay, Kobe Maino, they said he succeeded very good at Dortmund, and then when he came back to he was amazing in Germany. Sancho actually was a Man City youngster. He wasn't a Man United youngster. You know.
No, I know, but then he came. He made a big money move to United.
Yeah, but when he came to Man United, he was already big. Sancho.
Yeah. Oh, you mean players who start young? Okay. Fair.
Like, I'm talking about a Mazus Kelly age, a Max Dauman and Waneri age.
Yeah, like Rashford, Garnacho,
like
Foden,
Foden age, Saka.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There is, like, with all due respect, Man United didn't brought up like youngsters that are that talented as Maino. But anyway, let's go back to Chelsea.
Rashford probably was the last one.
And by the way,
look,
I believe that Rashford is as talented as they get. Because I believe that.
Yeah.
Like,
he's doing really well at Barcelona. So
as you get as a youngster, and that's what people don't like. I said that on Saeed's channel, and people didn't like it. I said that Rashford is one of the best English talents you have produced in the last 10 years, but because he fucking played for Man United and he was like a season under this, I see Mourinho, then Ole, then Ranić, then Ten Hag, and then Amorim. I'm like, okay, so he's just like, you know what I mean? It's impossible for him to develop. But the talent doesn't have to, like, Rashford can dribble past everybody, can shoot from 30 yards, we've seen it. Crosses, his touch in a cross is very good. Speed, fantastic. He got it. Physicality, the guy is like 6 something. You know,
the finishing also was quite good.
Finishing is quite good. So he has everything to be one of the top talents. But the problem is he played for Man United under a very unsettled team, an unsettled football club, that the talent went away. People that talk about Greenwood, it's whatever Greenwood did. It is what it is, you know, like Greenwood deserved what happened to him and deserved what happened to the guy.
Well, that he was probably their most talented player.
Was a talented player, but again, it was like what happened. Maino's amazing. But I want to go back to Chelsea because we got a lot of Chelsea, but big up Bermuda Gooner for Mo, please invite Enrique on soon. His mom sent. Well, I'm going to be honest with you, Rosie. Like, the message I received from someone that is, with all due respect, I can't tell if that is a consent for a kid. It's basically, I'm going to be honest. It's a 16 years old that wants to come on the channel, as Daniel used to go on the football terrace, you know, the Spurs fan. But I need consent because it's very young.
Yeah, of course.
But the one that sent me the message is someone, it's
that didn't seem
no
like
followers. Yeah, someone no followers, nothing. I'm like, I can't do that.
Can't take that risk. Yeah, I agree.
I
I agree. Big up to Enrique. So
so
sorry, but
I agree.
he's
I
turned 18 first.
appreciate you supporting the channel, Rosie, but in the same time, like I can't take that risk. It's too much risk. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know the kid, and it's too much risk. To be honest with you.
No, on the Chelsea thing, man, I don't know if they're like I agree with you. I remember we were discussing this. Can't remember which Chelsea fan was there, where we said some of the money they spent probably could have been spent on better players. They could have probably got a Rodrigo. The only thing is the wages. I get why they also don't want to break their wage structure. To be fair, it worked really well for Liverpool, right? Because Liverpool, for many, many years, managed to keep the wage structure down. I still think it's, I'm not going to say too early, but slightly early to make a judgment and say their project doesn't look like it's working. Because if you go by the last 2 seasons, it's been progressing well. They've been progressing. They've been getting better. They've been getting better players, looking a lot stronger, getting better results. I know that their fan base overhyped the Club World Cup and the Conference League, especially the Conference League. For me, it has, like, when I discuss progress and growth, the Conference League plays like less than 0.1% of an impact when I'm judging Chelsea and how they're progressing, because I don't think that's a trophy worth like using as a progressive measure. But in terms of the way they've been playing in the Premier League, the way they've been playing against the big clubs, especially, because that's, I think, an issue that they've had before. I don't think it's right for us to make a judgment and say it doesn't look like it's working. Where I will definitely agree and say, okay, now it's too long, and now this project clearly is halted or not progressing, is if next season they don't seriously challenge for the title, right? Or if this season they regress and they somehow fall outside the top 4 or the top 5, then I would say, okay.
But they have a lot of injuries now. They have a lot of injuries.
Okay, but they're 3rd or 4th in the league, no?
They are 3rd in the league.
Okay, that's
but they have injuries.
But they're 3rd despite the injuries. Not like it's not like they were 3rd and now they have injuries and let's see what they have done. They've had Cole Palmer out injured for ages. They've had a lot of their centre backs out for both their starting centre backs have been out for majority of the season. So the fact that they are 3rd despite these injuries, I would say it's good. You know, some of these results they're getting where people are criticizing them and saying, oh, look, you drew to Karabakh or you lost at home to Sunderland. I think that's going to happen with Chelsea because that is where they are right now. The Chelsea fans who are overhyping
absolutely not. Now that's what?
What do you mean?
Drawing to Karabakh and drawing to Brentford and losing to Sunderland at home.
Yes,
absolutely
yes,
not.
Because what I mean is teams like Chelsea that are supposed to be comfortably finishing top 4 but are not good enough to challenge yet will have these inconsistencies. They'll win 3-4 games, draw 2, win 2 games, lose 1, win 3 games, lose 2. It's going to keep going up and down. And that's going to be Chelsea's season throughout the season. Just mark my words on this, even when Cole Palmer returns. That's what I'm saying.
What do you say about the people that keep saying Chelsea will challenge?
That's stupid. I think anyone who's saying that, especially, I know, like,
there's a lot of people in the chat that think Chelsea should challenge.
Challenge? You mean Chelsea fans or rivals?
Fans.
I mean, Chelsea fans, look, they can wish whatever they want. I think it's unreasonable or unrealistic for them. Again, it depends what they mean by challenge. If they mean challenge,
can I ask you? Okay, I'm sorry. Let me actually clarify what I'm about to say. Okay, guys, we need to get to 200 likes. Hit the like button. We have 200 people. It's international break. You gotta fucking help us. So hit the like button. Okay,
come on, guys.
So come on, guys. 200 likes is minimum. Hit that like button. I'm gonna tell you that there is a difference between predictions and expectations. Okay, expectations, Chelsea should challenge based on what the project is, based on the players they have, based on how much money is spent. Expectations, and based on where they finished last season. Okay, basically you finish 4th, right? You ended the season well. You spent 200 million or 180 million this summer. You know what I mean? You have some of the best players, blah, blah, blah. All right? Predictions, I don't think they will challenge. My problem is when the people predict Chelsea to challenge. Expectations, I'm going to tell you, Liverpool, today, expectations for Liverpool, right? They should win the title.
Correct.
Predictions, they won't win the title.
Correct.
Okay. So the reality is, Chelsea fans, some of them think that Chelsea's predictions is to challenge for the title. This is what I'm debating. I'm not debating expectations. I'm debating predictions first.
But the problem with the prediction, and I know where some of the predictions are coming from. I'm not going to say you enable this as well, Mo, because you also have massive influence.
What did I mean?
As a massive content creator. But I think a lot of Chelsea fans, and maybe some neutrals as well, overhyped their squad in the season when they said it's the best midfield depth in the league, when I don't even think it's top 2 right now. It's the best, one of the best squads in the league, when I don't think it's one of the best squads. And Chelsea fans who have been doing this all summer, they're most likely the ones that have been predicting that they should be challenging, and maybe some of them even saying we should be finishing top 2 or top 3, like 6, less than 5 points below behind whoever wins. Those are, I think, the other issues. But the people who have, like, remember we spoke to David, the Chelsea fan, who I think is reasonable. I think we spoke to Couch also, who seemed reasonable. I don't think they said they didn't say they expect to challenge and be very close to the title, and they never said their team is one of the best in the league or they have the best defensive depth. Sorry, midfield depth. But the other famous Chelsea fans, like your Dons and like your Shares and I guess there's someone else called CV.
No, I think they're reasonable. I think I actually think Don and Shares are reasonable.
Huh?
What do you mean? Believe Don and Shares are
when someone
reasonable.
says Lavia is better than Rice, how's that reasonable?
They say in ability, they think Lavia. Okay, why are you now we're talking agendas? Why they think that Lavia's ability is better than Declan Rice?
Because there's nothing to back that up. They're saying it because he's their player. That's an agenda. That's tribalism.
You don't think that if people watch Lavia at Southampton and early at Chelsea, and you don't think that is... I disagree with that take, because I think there is one of the things is sample size. I'm not going to take the sample size at Southampton to decide if Lavia is better than Rice. But when they say that, it's their opinion. Watching Lavia in 10 games, they decide, we think Lavia... I don't think that's the problem. This is why this series is called Delusion or Fact. They believe that. And I don't think this is... For example, there are other ones that are crazy. For example, when people say, we think, for example, Andre Santos is better than Rice. I think that is delusion. But for someone to sit and try to tell me that I think Lavia is a better player than Declan Rice, I don't think that is fully delusion. I think that is delusion.
That's very delusional.
I think that is people convinced.
But no, we're not talking about talent. It's like
that the ability. No, but Lavia is not only
who has
talent.
Better ability? Who has better ability? Doku or let me pick someone who plays on the left.
Pick someone on the left.
Vinny Jr. Who has more ability? I wouldn't mind if you said Doku. If you said Doku,
I didn't hear the name.
Doku or Vinny Jr. Vinicius Jr.
Vinicius Jr.
Okay, if someone comes and tells you Doku has more ability because of like dribbling and stuff, for me,
I don't think that is delusion. I don't think that is delusion.
Yes, exactly. I'm with you there.
I disagree. I don't think that is delusion. If someone tells me, see, it's the same. If someone tells me, I actually think if Doku was given the chances that Vinny was given at Real Madrid, right? I think he would have been more of a star.
But here's the thing, I agree with you there. So you see the difference. I agree with you. While I think Vinny Jr. is better, in my opinion, and more talented than Doku. If someone tells me, but Doku is more talented and they want to discuss it, I can hear that because I know what they're going to say.
So why you want to discuss Lavia better than Rice then?
Because there's no sample.
And Doku doesn't have a massive sample size.
No, but he does. His dribbling ability. His dribbling ability. That's a long enough sample size to bring it in the conversation. Lavia, because what did they say about Lavia? He can beat the press. What is the sample size for that? What is the sample size for Lavia being able to beat the press and have that flair on the ball? You can't tell me Southampton when he was 18, 19. There are so many players. Dibbling was killing it for Southampton. I'm not going to say Dibbling is a better winger than Saka, for example, right? Because he was killing it at Southampton. When he's come to the big leagues, which is Chelsea, he's not been able to show, whether it's because of injuries or whatever reason, and mostly injuries, obviously. He's not been able to show.
How many seasons has Doku been at Man City? 3?
3. This is the 3rd.
Okay.
And in those 3, how many games has he played? He's played a lot of games.
I'm checking.
Doku stats.
Alhamdulillah.
There you go,
Alhamdulillah.
bro. He's played 29 games last season, 29 games the season before.
Just give me a second. Give me a second.
He's also played in the Champions League 4 games last season. This season. 4 games last season and 7 games the season before that. It's enough for a sample size for you to
the sample size, by the way, actually, Jeremy Doku played what seems to look like it's a 42 games versus, oh my God, about Romeo Lavia.
How many?
Chelsea fans, this is going to be crazy. You know, in FBref, they tell you the number of 90 minutes he played.
Yeah.
Together?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my, you wouldn't believe in 3 seasons how much he played. Guess.
8,
I want
9,
guess 10.
10 max.
Oh my God, he played in 3 seasons, 900 minutes.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. So then how are we, wait, he played 900 minutes in total?
Yes, in 3 seasons in the Premier
League. So that's
League.
not, I thought you were saying how many, I thought you were saying how many games he played full 90 minutes. If he played 900 minutes overall.
Total.
Oh
minutes,
my God, bro. Oh
in
my
the Premier League over the last 3 seasons, in the Premier League, he played 938, which is 10.4 games.
So that for me, that is delusion. When someone says this guy's better than Saka,
I don't think you understand.
Rice.
Yeah, but Hilda, I still think that if someone comes in and say Lavia's better than Rice based on ability, it's their opinion. I don't think that is delusion.
That is delusion because you haven't seen him to know that. You haven't seen him long enough.
They have.
No, you haven't. 900 minutes? Really? What do you mean? By that logic, can I say Tomiyasu is one of the best fullbacks in the league? I can't say that because I watched him.
Tomiyasu is not even good.
My point is when he did play for us, he was fantastic. My point about, but he didn't play long enough.
Okay, I don't think you get my point. I don't think that is so much delusion to the point that I need to say that, oh my God, this guy is delusional. However, let me tell you, now go back to the point. You remember when I said that Chelsea have the best midfield in the league? Okay?
You said the best midfield depth. Yeah.
No, I didn't say that. I said best starting midfield. Now,
and the summer you also said depth because I remember the argument when we were naming their squad players. Starting midfield, I don't mind you saying that because their starting 11 is really good. Their midfield.
If I said that depth.
I remember you said midfield depth. They were the best.
Transfer window. You're talking about Isugu, Andre Santos, Bonanotti, and Romeo Lavia, and Chelsea have the most.
Lavia. I remember that was the conversation.
Now, I don't think they have depth. Because
exactly. I agree.
Lavia is gonna keep getting injured all the time.
I actually is overrated.
He's not good enough, broski. No,
exactly. That's why I meant he's overrated. He's good, but not good enough. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think Arsenal's midfield depth is better than theirs. I think City's midfield depth is better than theirs. But I know you laugh at this. I think Liverpool's midfield depth is better than theirs. Generally.
Really?
I think
Szoboszlai. I actually agree.
Curtis Jones, Gravenberch, McAllister, and Endo. While I don't rate Endo, to be fair, I think those 6, in my opinion, I'd rather have them than the Chelsea entire midfield. Not the starting 11. The starting midfield of Chelsea is better. I agree, but not the midfield depth. I think Curtis Jones comes off the bench, makes a big impact. I think Wirtz, if he's on the bench, comes off, can make a big impact.
Wirtz not so much, but
yeah, not this season. Yeah, he's been bad, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
And okay, so hold on. Okay, hold on. So Chelsea don't have the fourth. Okay, let's actually do this. This is I love this. So Chelsea have, in your opinion, the 4th best depth.
Depth, yes, I'd say 4th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Attack-wise, how do you rate their attacking unit? By the way, the reason why Chelsea, before just for context, people in the chat, Chelsea fan, you can debate that. The reason why Chelsea are comparable to Arsenal, City, Liverpool is for one reason. All of them play the same competition, Champions League now, Cup, same.
Correct.
So you have the same workload for Chelsea. Attack-wise, where do you value their attack? Fourth as well.
Yeah. Behind Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, and
Manchester United?
No. I think they're better than United.
You think
I don't rate Sesko.
What about Mbeumo, Cunha, Amad Diallo that can play as a 10?
And they have
can play in the 10.
And they have Cole Palmer. Yeah, and they have Cole Palmer, Neto. I think we'll come to it. I know we're going to discuss it later. I think Estevao's mad overrated, but he's still very, very good. I think Garnacho's been doing okay for them. I'm not going to say. You think
Estevao is overrated?
Yeah, by the Chelsea fans.
Okay, but so the fourth. So we're going to go to Estevao fourth. Okay.
Yeah, and then probably United comes after.
Okay, so the defense.
Oh my God. I think they have two of the best fullbacks in the league. But I don't rate their centre backs. I'm not gonna lie. I don't rate any of their centre backs. Like not even Fofana and Colwill.
So Chelsea have nothing going for them. In your opinion?
No, they're starting 11. They're starting 11. I think again, Caicedo, Enzo, and Cole Palmer are amazing. I like their two strikers, Delap and Joao Pedro. Not again to the level of winning the league, but I think they're both very, very good strikers, especially Pedro. I like I'm actually a big fan of Pedro Neto. I think he gets a lot of slack for God knows what reason. If you look at his stats this season, it's actually been quite decent. I think he's got 5 GA in the Premier League, if I'm not wrong. Their fullbacks, I think, are two of the best fullbacks in the league, but that's about it. They need to get centre backs. Their keeper has actually done well. Sanchez has actually been. I know people will be laughing at him the whole season. You realize Sanchez has been going under the radar. He's not been that bad this season.
Sanchez has been good. But you know why some Chelsea fans don't talk about it? Because it's easy to scapegoat him when they don't do well.
Correct.
It is very easy to actually say that, yep, he's not. We're drowning because of Sanchez. But yeah, it's that's a big problem.
Gunners. I'm pretty sure he has 5 GA. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. If I'm wrong, then my bad. Pedro Neto, because he's saying 5 GA ? I think he does.
6.
Let me check.
I'm not mistaken, or something like this. 6.
No, 5 GA. There you go. In the Premier League, 11 games, 3 goals, 2 assists. I was right.
Yeah, fair enough. Guys, can we get the likes up? We got 300 people now in the house in this international break. We need 300 likes. Hit that freaking like button, people. Come on now. What about Estevao, you said?
Mad overrated. There was this other clip. Wallah, I can't even remember now from where. But anyways, where a Chelsea fan, I think it was a CB guy, a Chelsea fan, he was like, maybe he was saying it as a joke or whatever. But he was like, Estevao is not in the conversation with Saka anymore. He's now in the conversation with Yamal, and he has more GA than Yamal this season, which was such a fallacy. Like, they're so deluded about Estevao, they're making up numbers in their head and saying he has more GA than Yamal this season. He has more goals or he has more GA. But he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have more goals than him, more assists than him, more dribbles than him, more chances. Nothing more than, not even close. I think the moment they call him the new Neymar, and you put it in the title, I don't know why, I think that is mental.
Because
Neymar is my favorite player of all time.
I will show you.
I've watched him since he was 17 at Santos. I used to wake up early morning to watch him play. I can relay his entire career to everyone right now. This guy is nowhere near Neymar, even at that age. Just from a skills perspective and dribbling and chance creation and all that.
I will show you what I mean by he's the new Neymar. So Troy Deeney, wait. I'm gonna show you now. Give me a sec. I'm gonna play you the clip.
That's in Brazil, I'm assuming.
I'm gonna show you the clip. I'm gonna show you the clip. I'm gonna show you the clip. So people are getting upset in the chat as usual. It's fine, guys. People just can't get upset. It's fine. It's just an opinion. The people, to be honest with you,
I see he's good. I just said he's overrated. That's all. The overrated does not mean you're shit.
What do you mean then?
Overrated means you're hyping him more than what you should be hyping him. When you say he's at the level of Yamal, you're overrating him. He's being overhyped. That doesn't mean he's crap. He's a good, young, talented player. There's a reason why he's not starting for them. There's a reason why Neto starts for them sometimes ahead of Estevao. I think that's the right thing because I don't think he's talented to that level where he should be benching a senior player yet. But don't put him in conversations he doesn't belong to, like Neymar and Yamal. Are you mad? Literally the two most talented players we've seen in the last 20 years at the age of 17, 18.
I'm trying to find the clip, right? Okay. I'm trying to find the Estevao clip. Basically, Troy Deeney was saying that he was in America in the summer, and they were watching the Club World Cup, and he was watching it with Kleberson, the Brazilian guy, and he was saying that in Brazil, they think he's the next Neymar. You know what I mean?
Bro, no offense to Brazilians, okay, and I'm going to say this with utmost respect, because I until 2020, let's say, I was a massive Brazil fan. From 1998, when I watched the Brazil World Cup, when Brazil smashed my country, Morocco, I was the only one celebrating at home when I was so young and I didn't know better, and I supported a country that I shouldn't have supported over my own country. So trust me when I say I've followed Brazil for so long. I up until 2006, I used to mostly watch international football. I never supported clubs. Like, I used to watch clubs but didn't watch them that much. Brazil were for me the
And
team.
in 2006, you chose to support Arsenal?
Yes,
Oh
yes.
my
I actually love
God.
Arsenal at the time.
Oh, la,
Okay.
la.
So let me say this, yeah. Big up to Brazilians, but I think Brazil, because they have been so deprived of success for so long, in terms of the World Cup at least, I think they're so desperate to finding the new gem that they label it on anyone. They literally start like taking these young talents. Oh, this is the new Neymar. This is the new R9. This is the new this. Ronaldinho called Martinelli the new Ronaldinho said Martinelli reminds him of R9 when Martinelli was 18, 19 back then. Ronaldinho.
This is the craziest thing I've seen in my life. I've heard.
Okay, I'm not saying some random bum in Brazil. Not that Cleberson is a bum. Cleberson is definitely not a bum. But Ronaldinho said Martinelli reminds him of Brazil, of R9. Like, it's gonna happen, guys. Brazilians are so desperate for success and to win the World Cup again. They've been failing again and again and again, that they're gonna be saying that crap. Nobody who watched Estevao at 17, 18 can tell me they're getting the same vibes and feelings that they were getting when watching Neymar at 17, 18 doing what he was doing at Santos. It's just mental. It's mental. This is why I'm saying Chelsea fans are overhyping him.
I think
Pele said Robinho was the next him. Like, that should tell you all you need to know. Even though I loved Robinho, but let's be honest. They did that's correct. Thank you, TJ. They did that with Endrick. Wasn't Endrick the next massive thing coming from Brazil? He was 16, got the move to Real Madrid. They're like, he's a power horse. Look at the stuff he does. He's so physically imposing. Look at the goals he scores. And when he joined Madrid, he scored 2 or 3 goals, I remember, and some of them were nice. What happened to him?
Hold on. So you're watching Estevao at 18 at Chelsea. Yeah. And what is the ceiling you think he's gonna get? What is the ceiling?
I think his ceiling is.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you names. Stop. I'm gonna give you a name.
I have a good name in mind. Tell me.
I'm gonna give you a name. I'm gonna give you names, and you tell me. Okay. And you tell me which name of it. There is Neymar, Ronaldinho. I'm talking about Brazilian names. Okay, Vini Jr. Okay, Rodrigo at Real Madrid. Willian
maybe
at Chelsea.
That's the name I had in mind.
So Willian at Chelsea. Who else? A Brazilian? Robinho as a winger. Who else has like? I remember the names. Gabriel Jesus. The Nelson is too old. None of the people in the chat know who the Nelson is, so don't worry about it.
Really? The guy who played in Real Betis, guys, come on.
Yeah. Nobody knows the Nelson. And I'm sure like 90% of the chat, they have no idea who the Nelson is. Step over Kings. So nobody. Yeah. Step over Kings. Okay, they didn't watch Bebeto. Juninho, Kaká. You know what I mean? So tell me which name.
Willian. Wallahi, Willian was the name in my mind. But I'm talking about Willian at his best. Remember Willian when he won the league with Chelsea and he was killing it on the right wing? I mean, that kind of player. And then he got called up to Brazil. He started for them because of how good he was.
Willian in the Premier League used to terrorize defenses at Chelsea.
It's amazing. Yeah, exactly.
It's very good.
Fantastic. But Willian was never like generational. He was never like
never. Oh Willian was Willian is like Pedro, never generational, very very good player.
Yeah.
Willian and Pedro.
But it's a legend of the game, you could say. Yeah.
It's not a legend of the game. It's not a memorable winger like Pedro. Very good for Barcelona in the years he played and everything, but he's not a memorable name from that team. You know what I mean?
I think Estevao could be more memorable just because of the PR they're giving him now. So he might end up being more memorable, but I don't think he'll ever reach the levels of. Okay,
the problem is when people say he's generational. You guys know generational is like Hazard. That's generational talent. Hazard is changes. Okay, what I mean by generational is someone that changes lives, changes. I'm gonna tell you that, like, for me, A generational talent is someone that changed the course of a history of a football club within a span of like 3-4 years. Hazard, in my opinion, changed the fortunes of Chelsea since he joined from Lille. You know what I mean? That's a like I think Yamal is a generational talent.
Reasons, but I get what you mean.
Hazard.
When he joined Chelsea, he joined the European champions, and they got knocked out of the group stage in his first season.
Yeah, but when Hazard grew, I believe that Hazard is the main reason, one of the main reasons why Chelsea won the 2 league titles under Mourinho and Conte.
But I will agree with Aaron. I think Hazard is elite. I don't think he's generational. For me, generational.
No, Hazard is generational. What?
For me, generational is Yamal, Neymar. That's it. Even Cristiano Ronaldo at 18 was not generational. Messi, you could say maybe was generational.
No, I don't mean at 18. I mean your career. You are a
yeah. Fair. I thought
your
you
career as a generational talent. Your career, like I think Salah is a generational talent. You know what I mean? Because he changed the course. The guy coming into the Premier League and breaking record, that's a generational talent. It can happen. It can happen at the age of 23, 24. It can happen at the age of 18. But my point about it. Will we see
Estevao? Pissed off. Guys, I said at 17, 18. Messi's not generation. Messi's the GOAT. Guys, I was saying something else.
You guys didn't hear him. He meant at 18, by the way. At 18. You know what I mean?
At 18, do you guys know when he won the league with Lille, even though he was the best
he won player of the season.
Yes, but a lot of people were also praising Gervinho like crazy and Moussa Sow. I don't know if you guys will be young enough to remember that.
Inter played Hazard at that and I remember Hazard was ridiculous.
Yeah, but so was Gervinho and Moussa Sow at the time. That front three.
By the way, Messi at 17, it was 2004. Messi was born in 87. So at the age of 17, that is 2004. Messi was not even in the picture of Barcelona. Right? Because at that time, by the way, La Liga, since Ronaldinho joined, La Liga was so everywhere in the world. You open TV, it's La Liga. Yeah. You remember because of Valencia and because of you remember that time. It was Real Madrid.
They had Saviola at the time. Saviola also was considered at that for a little while like a slightly bigger talent.
That's why when people tell me, I don't think in my lifetime I have seen a player at that as talented as Lamine Yamal at that age ever.
Same.
Ever.
For me, Neymar and Yamal. Yeah.
I didn't like Neymar. I don't know what he did at the age of 6. Neymar was born in Neymar at 92. That age was it
92.
Yeah, so Neymar in
17 he was with Santos.
Hold on, in 2009 Neymar wasn't even on the picture.
He was at Santos, but he wasn't as big as Yamal. Yeah, correct.
With all due respect, I didn't hear about Neymar until later in 2011, 12. When people started talking about him, this is the guy that is coming to Barcelona, blah, blah, blah. Lamine Yamal, at the age of 16, led his team. I think Lamine Yamal was the best player in the Euros. like leading your country at the age of 16 to win the Euros is ridiculous. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, it's nuts. Bro, like when Inter, I was telling people yesterday, I think like 2 days ago, when Inter played Barcelona, I swear to God, on TV, Yamal is just open and the Barcelona players are trying to turn to go to him. And I'm like shaking. This is someone that will make shit happen.
Wallahi, I'm pretty sure there are better games. I think his performance against Inter in both games is up there with some of the best individual performances we've seen in the Champions League.
I agree. I don't know how we won. You don't understand.
Yeah,
by the way, this game is why I don't rate Hansi Flick. These games, these two games.
Yeah. He was leading 3-2 and he opens up and he plays on a high line.
Not only, he was, every time he scores a goal, he still plays the high line and allows us to do the same exact play just 5 minutes later, bro. It's like, you're crazy. To be honest. Let me do some of this. Becky, hi, Big Up Mo, was my 21st yesterday, 9 of 30. Why are you counting to your 30?
You just started your 20s.
You just started your 20s and you're counting to your 30s. Becky just started actually a YouTube channel.
Becky makes smart moves at this age. A lot of times people hit their 30s and regret not making certain moves in their 20s. Enjoy, have fun, but make smart financial decisions.
She does gaming content and stuff.
Hey, then that's good. Make your money.
Maybe my 30s was a happy birthday, Tevin. Happy birthday.
Big
Becky,
up,
maybe
Tevin.
you can be the Liverpool, you're the Liverpool panelist in the Thursday show with Kelk and Jess, maybe. You're old enough to make it. Estevao will be the next Alexander Pato. Okay, who do you think is more talented, Estevao or Pato?
I think Pato at that age for me was more talented, but I think Estevao, if he takes care of his body,
generational.
I think it's stupid to call him generational.
So how people
Why
say
the hell are
that
people
Estevao is generational?
That's because again they're deprived. More when people are so. By the way, people call Max Dauman generational. I think that's also stupid. While I think it's amazing what he's doing at 15, I don't think he's generational. I think he's super talented, but not generational. I think when fans are so deprived for a player to come from their academy and be that talented.
Yes. Tevin, by the way, you're not a she. I said she can be. Are you a she,
Tevin?
Tevin?
Talking about Becky. He was referring to Becky.
Are you talking about? I'm talking about you. Anyway, go ahead.
I think if Arsenal were not in the position we're in now, and I think if we didn't have Saka, I promise you Arsenal fans would have been talking about Dauman like he's the next Messi. But because Arsenal fans are not as desperate as Chelsea, because of where we are right now in the league and our trajectory and stuff
so you
like
think
that.
Max Dauman is as talented as Estevao? Do you think Nwaneri is as talented as Estevao?
Nwaneri, yeah, I'd probably say they're in the same boat. I just think Nwaneri's not been given the minutes he should be getting, in my opinion.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Guys, we're still not on 300 likes. We're only on 130 likes. We got over 300 people now, so we need the likes up. So going to moving that to Liverpool, there is a lot of talk about Liverpool. Oh, can they come back to the title? We're going to talk about Arsenal in a bit. We're going to talk about the title and all the stuff in Liverpool. Do you think Liverpool have it in them to come back?
I mean, their fixtures between us, City, and them is the easiest now in the next like 10, 15 games. I was seeing it last time with Souls and Sad and all, I think in the Kura pod or maybe in another show, and we were going through it. So if you look at their fixtures now, they've got Forest next at home, which they should win. They've got West Ham away. I think they should win that as well. Sunderland at home. Difficult, but again, at Anfield. Then they host Brighton. Sorry, then they go away to Leeds, which they should also win, and then at home to Brighton. So every game of this.
Question before, but since we're gonna move on. Do you think Liverpool will finish above Chelsea this season?
Yeah, for sure. Why is that funny? I don't understand. If I said that at the start of the season, people would think I'm crazy for even having this conversation.
You guys don't think that is funny today?
Why?
That you think that for sure? No, yeah, you said it like so casual. Yeah, for sure.
They're a much better team, and I think once the pressure, I don't know why they have not been able to handle the pressure. It's so weird. But once that goes away, and Slot fixes up, I think they will go on a good run, and they will definitely have a gap between them and Chelsea.
A gap?
Like when I say gap, I mean like 8 points, 9 points. I don't mean like 20 points.
Yeah, but you know, I'm telling you, bro. If from this point Chelsea finish 8 to 9 points behind Chelsea, that means they will. Behind Liverpool. That mean they will finish 10, 15 points behind the league leaders at the end of the season.
Yeah, I see that. That makes sense.
That's massive failure.
They're already 6 points behind the league leaders.
And you think that will increase? I think Liverpool will recover. But what gives you the confidence? For what gives you the cover? Right? Yeah. What gives you the confidence that you say that Liverpool will definitely beat Forest, West Ham away, Sunderland at home, where Liverpool have been embarrassed by a lot of teams? So how?
I'm not that confident that they'll win, but I'm saying it's the easiest fixtures on paper. And I think at some point, Mo, that pressure of winning the league and stuff, when it goes away, because you realize you're not winning it because you're far behind, the team eventually starts playing better because that pressure is gone. Because they're not crap because their players are shit. They're not crap because they have injuries. They're not crap because they don't have winners in their team. They're crap because the manager's just not figured out things, or is making the wrong mistakes, or is just not able to find that stability. And certain players are low on confidence. Once those players who are low on confidence get their confidence back, once the manager finds the winning formula again, or the game-winning formula, I think they will go on a run eventually. I think it might be too late. By the way, this is why people are laughing.
But why are you assuming that their players are not overrated? I'm sorry. How do you guarantee that Wirtz is a good left back?
I don't. I think he's a shit left back. I think he's a shit left back.
Okay, so Robertson is at the end of his career. He's not great.
But
Konate, for example, hold on.
Yeah.
He's not good enough to win the league.
Not to win the league, to finish above Chelsea. That's the question.
No, Kukurea is better than him. Okay, Van Dijk. Okay, let me go through player by player. And people in the chat, hear this out, because this is a very important argument that I never had with anybody before. Wirtz played for Bournemouth, looked good last season. I've seen tons of left backs, full backs, and players that would play good for any other and would go to a top team. And so there is no enough sample size for me to say that Wirtz is a top left back. Like Nouri is being benched by Nico O'Reilly, who looks better. And I don't think that Nouri will ever take the position back unless Nico O'Reilly gets injured or something. Right? Right back, Conor Bradley is good. But with all due respect, Conor Bradley might not start over Muniz for Crystal Palace. He might not start over. There is probably 10 fullbacks in the league that might start over Conor Bradley, right? Konate. Now we come to Konate. Konate has always been injured in and out of the team. He had good season when he had a very, very good season when they reached the Champions League final in the Champions League because he played every game, but he was injured in the league. Last season, Konate had a world-class season because he stayed fit all the season, right? But that one season,
minus 6 weeks where he was injured.
Yeah, but Enzo Fernandez last season, for example, he had a great season numbers-wise, performance in the second half of the season, especially from January. But it doesn't make me think that, oh my God, like Konate, for example, is a good talent that never lived up to his hype, ever. It's because of injuries. Because of injury.
And if he joins Chelsea, he'd be better than any of their centre backs. So it's irrelevant.
Based on what?
Based on the quality, his reading of the game, his physicality, his pace.
I don't think Konate reads the game well.
I think he reads it better than the Chelsea players. Than the Chelsea centre back, sorry. I don't think there's any Chelsea centre back who's better than Konate, in my opinion. Not one.
On paper.
Even on paper,
after watching Konate this season, right? I'm like, okay,
but he's the one I'm referring to when I say players who are low on confidence. He's one of them. He's on low on confidence, in my opinion.
But you have no evidence. You have no evidence other than last season to tell me that Konate is a great centre back.
Not a great centre back, but he's a good centre back. I never said he's the best centre back. He's a good centre back.
Okay.
That's all they need.
The midfield. Gravenberch was an attacking midfielder at Ajax, attacking midfielder at Bayern Munich. That didn't work out for him. Center made, attacking made like an 8, like an Eze. He's a kind of an Eze.
Yeah.
Gravenberch is similar to Eze. Okay, hold on, people, because it's very important because this is okay. But before I move on from Konate, the reason why Konate, Real Madrid want Konate because Konate had a magnificent season last season. Amazing, fantastic season, world-class season. If I'm not if I'm watching Konate last season, he was amazing. Right?
And that's a bigger sample size than anything we've seen from a Chelsea centre back.
Fair enough, which is why I didn't argue a lot with it. You know what I mean? I didn't argue a lot with that point. For me, you look at the midfield. Gravenberch, fantastic football player. Is he a DM? Like last season, he played very good for the majority of the season as a DM until the end of the season when he got tired. But this season, he started the DM, had very good 2 games going forward, and then got injured, disappeared. McAllister, for me, is one of the people that I don't think that McAllister is as good as what Liverpool fans think. I think McAllister is a good player. You talk about Estevao being overrated. I think McAllister is the most overrated player. And people need to understand what overrated is. He's a very good player, McAllister, but Liverpool fans think that McAllister is world class. And I had the
wait a second. So I'm going to ask you this: who at their best, who's a better midfielder, McAllister or Enzo?
What do you mean? Enzo
when
Fernandez.
Both are at their best. I think McAllister is better than Enzo.
Enzo Fernandez.
I think McAllister at his best is close to world class. I think in Argentina, McAllister looks better. I think for Liverpool, when he's at his best, he looks
I
better.
don't care about Argentina, by the way. I don't care about Argentina.
I'm giving you all examples because they play in Argentina together.
For
right?
me,
okay, even
okay. So
even at Liverpool.
Hold on. What is McAllister's best? Is it last season?
I'll say last season is one of them. No, even 23-24, he's amazing. And he played as a DM that season, by the way.
23-24. That's the season Liverpool finished third. McAllister was amazing as a DM.
I think he was fantastic. I don't think he was one of the best, but he was really, really good.
One of the best in the league, McAllister.
I think like he was top 5 in the league.
By the way, I have had this argument. People in the chat, the Liverpool fans in the chat, me and Osam had arguments on arguments about McAllister being world class. And I'm like, no. McAllister, people think that McAllister is way ahead of Enzo Fernandez.
Not way ahead, but he's better, in my opinion. You think Enzo's better? So what aspect is McAllister better than Enzo Fernandez? Can we talk about ball? Okay, you know ball, okay? Let's talk about football, right? Football. McAllister for you, what aspects of football games that McAllister is better than Enzo at their best? I think he's better at like competing for duels. I think he's better at winning the ball back, in my opinion. I think he's a very good striker of the ball. Obviously, I know he doesn't do it as much, but when he does shoot, I think he shoots quite well. I think as a 10 as well. I know he doesn't play as a 10 for them anymore, but when he was playing 10 when he was playing as a 10 for Brighton, I thought he was very, very good going forward in terms of scoring, finishing, chance creation. Although I will edge Enzo as a creator, but I think McAllister can also do that to a high level. And I think McAllister has more energy and more physical endurance than Enzo. Like, I think he loses less physical battles than Enzo would. I'm actually curious. Let me check the stats one sec.
I'm checking the stats for last season.
Nice. Well. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, I'll check it last season too.
Yeah.
So I'm actually curious to see like who's had a better season.
Enzo Fernandez had a better season per 90. They played very close to each other. The only thing is the
wait, really? I'm seeing something different. Yeah, okay, so Enzo was better in chances creation.
Enzo was more in goals, better in assists, better in passes, better in
goals. For me, they look the same per 90, 0.2. But anyway, it's fair.
Yeah, okay.
Passing accuracy, McAllister is higher. Long passes, Enzo.
In terms of crosses, progressive carries, progressive distance, carries into the final third.
Duels contested is McAllister. Okay, which is all McAllister.
Now comes the defensive part, right? The defensive part, McAllister last season was better than him, right?
By a landslide, not even close.
But I actually think both of them defensively are lacking. If I'm choosing a player, I'm choosing Enzo Fernandez. Because as an 8, if you're choosing an 8, right, I'm choosing Enzo at their best. By the way, none of them has actually given me enough sample size at their best. This is one of the things that people don't understand. At their best, none of them has given me enough sample size at their best to say that, yes, you're going to absolutely have a wonderful career. I don't know.
Okay, I'll challenge that.
I think they're very
when do you think was Enzo's best attacking season? Like last when he was allowed to attack? Okay, last season. I'm going to go to McAllister when he played at Brighton because that's the last time he played as an attacking mid. Since he came to Liverpool, he's been playing as a 6.
By the way, but Enzo Fernandez didn't play as an attacking mid last season because Palmer was there. He played as an 8. Same position as McAllister. Same exact position. Different way of playing. Same exact. Both
played. There are games when I saw Cole Palmer on the right, though.
Hold on. Both played to the left of the number 6, which was Gravenberch for Liverpool and Caicedo for...
Yeah, but
right?
didn't
Am I wrong here? Am I wrong here? Am I wrong? People in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Both played to the left of the defensive midfielder. Both. One of them was tasked more to go forward. The other one wasn't. Okay?
1 second. I'm looking at this because I remember when they played Man City, he wasn't playing as attacking mid. He was playing as... Where is McAllister? Because they played in CISO as well.
McAllister scored 10 goals and had 2 assists, right?
Bro, not just that. Look at everything else. Like take-ons, much better. Completes more take-on, double the take-ons, almost double, and 67%.
Why are you saying take-on? Both of them are not dribblers. Both are not dribblers.
But one is better. One is a better dribbler than the other, though.
But I wouldn't take. For example, I don't care if Konate is a better dribbler than Saliba or Saliba a better dribbler, because that's not what I'm not judging these guys based on their dribbling. I'm judging them based on progressive carries, progressive passes.
But dribbling is part of being a midfielder, no?
Not as an 8. Not as an 8.
Even as an 8. What do you mean? We praise a lot of 8s because they dribble really well and get out of pressure. The whole reason why Chelsea fans gas up Lavia is because he dribbles well and gets out of pressure well.
Not dribble. The first touch, the turn, not dribble. Take-ons is when you're facing a defender and dribbling. No, come on.
No, you could. If let's say you're receiving the ball and someone is pressing and you turn them, that's also a dribble. It doesn't
happen often in the game. Actually, that is in footballs. Actually, in the football games, there is actually a scenario that managers say don't put your teammate as a DM, as a midfielder under pressure. Don't do that.
Yeah, but when you're doing progressive carries, would that not count as a dribble as well? Let's say if you're doing a progressive carry and you run past a player and you go past them, that counts as a take-on as well.
Bro, both of them have less than 2 take-ons per game. Basically, so less than 2 dribbles per game.
No, I'm talking about his season at Brighton.
But I'm talking about as an 8. I'm comparing McAllister as an 8. I don't compare teams at Brighton because Welbeck is fantastic. I'm comparing McAllister at his best at Liverpool. That's what we're comparing.
Okay, fair. Even if you look at Liverpool, when you look at
you want to do take-ons, bro. Number 1, Enzo Fernandez at last season per 90 completes more take-ons. His percentage is higher.
Yeah, because I was comparing.
But you know what I'm telling you, I never even looked at that. You see that you brought it up. I never even looked at take-ons because it's so insignificant to the rules in the team that they don't complete even 1 take-on per 90. It's 0.5 versus 0.8. It's so insignificant.
Yeah, I agree. But I because as I said, I was looking at when McAllister was given more advanced roles. Since he's come to Liverpool, he's not being given more advanced roles. A lot of his duties have been more like intercept the ball, win it back, pass it on to Salah, pass it on to Trent, pass it on to Darwin Núñez, whoever's making runs. But again, yeah, if you look at it on the ball, I think Enzo's looked better, and off the ball, McAllister's looked better. Like, so it's not.
So long balls, Enzo completes more per game by about more than 30%. I see that. Yeah. So 30% more. And medium is a little bit like more Enzo, but not by much. So for me, progressive passes, he does more, Enzo Fernandez. And I'm comparing last season.
Yeah, same.
Like, are you guys serious? Enzo's more. Are you? And that's my point. Okay, can we go back to the Liverpool? This stream is going to take hours if we stop on every player.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Caicedo's better. Like for me, Liverpool team. Wirtz, for example, we're assuming that Wirtz is a good player because of his time in Germany. But we assume, okay, listen, I'm not doubting that. Wirtz is a good player because of what I've seen in Germany. So was Kai Havertz. So was Timo Werner. So was Xavi Simons. Yeah. But on the other aspect, so Voltemada, who's coming into the league and looks very good, right? But the most, yes, more the players that come from Germany, similar to Havertz. Youngmin Son is not similar to Havertz. It's not similar to Wirtz. Havertz and Wirtz are very similar in terms of like the way they slow on the ball, receive the ball, turn technical more than Youngmin Son, right? So, for example, technical players coming from Germany normally don't work. Sancho, someone said Sancho. So for me, I'm looking at Wirtz. Am I ruling out that Wirtz worked for Liverpool? No. But I'm seeing 11 games in and he's like good. But he isn't a difference maker like he's supposed to be in that price.
No, yeah, like I agree.
He passes the ball around, but it's just
different. Didn't KDB come from Germany? Thank you, cuz like.
Yes, a very good one. Yeah, I didn't put that in my mind.
The league. Firmino, thank you, Aaron. Firmino came from Hoffenheim.
Took a bit to work.
Yeah, but he still ended up being one of the best second strikers we've ever seen in the league.
Fair. But lately in the league, like I.
But wait. We started this whole argument by you trying to make a point that Chelsea are better than Liverpool.
No.
Is that what you're trying to do?
I don't think so. But you are saying that Liverpool player because Liverpool. You said that Liverpool players have. Okay, it's done. It's already proven that they are amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
I like how you left out the players that are clear of the Chelsea players.
Salah.
Like Caicedo.
But I'm not comparing Liverpool versus Chelsea at all.
Yeah, but that's why, because the whole argument started because you asked me.
We're talking about challenging. We're talking about Liverpool coming back to challenge. We aren't talking about
No,
Chelsea.
no. I think they'll challenge, but I don't think they'll challenge to the point where they go top of the league. I could be wrong. This is why, by the way, I was getting criticized for this. I was saying in every channel that I actually wanted Man City to win against Liverpool. It was imperative that they win.
Oh yeah, I know that your take is kind of
yes. Because for me, I said
takes I've seen.
Why is it crazy? I'm saying when both teams click and both teams are in form, Liverpool are more dangerous than City. And it's backed by what everyone said in the summer. Everyone had Liverpool as favorites. Now they want to flip-flop because, well, Liverpool have been bad. I know they've been bad. But I'm saying if City are at their best and Liverpool are at their best, who's more dangerous? It is Liverpool. Because City have one difference maker.
Yeah, but based on what? Okay, but you haven't seen Ekitike at his best in the Premier League.
I've seen Isak. I've seen Salah. I've seen Van Dijk. I've seen McAllister.
But I don't think Salah will be similar to last season ever again.
He doesn't have to. If he gets back to 70% of his form, that's enough. 70% Salah gets like 20 goals and like 10 assists.
Ashraf, 70% Salah will win Liverpool.
Garbage this season, and he's got 6 GA in 11 games.
But then you watching him, I think he's doing like, I think the Liverpool players are, some of them are doing damage to the team, and I think Salah is.
Yeah, I know, but this is why but that was my point when I said I need City to win, because we're both assuming, or maybe you're assuming, that Liverpool will not figure it out. They will be garbage from here till the end of the season, right? I'm saying
no, they won't be garbage. I think they will. Okay. I think they will be all right, but I don't think they won't be at the. I don't think they will be at the level that we think they would have been. They should have.
Fair, but I'm going with the worst case scenario. I'm saying, what if now that they have on paper an easy run of fixtures up until Leeds, what if Slot figures it out and they win 5-6 games in a row? And let's say they click, and let's say City also win 5-6 games in a row, and Arsenal also win 5-6 games in a row.
I think Liverpool are more dangerous. City are more dangerous.
No, how?
Let me do this.
Why?
Let me do this. Big up the man from Monk. Big up everyone, by the way, supporting the channel during this time. Thank you so much for all the donations. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Original Ronaldo, Zidane, Ronaldinho, Cristiano, Messi, Megan Thee Stallion. These are generational talents. You're all using the term way too much. I agree. These are generational talents.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying.
I think Hazard.
But Neymar and Yamal are also generational talents. The man from Uncle. You can't say that.
Fair enough.
Neymar is probably the third best player of the last 20 years.
20 years, when does it start?
What? That was 2025, so 2005, let's say.
Based on ability, yeah? Fair enough.
Yeah, ability and performances. And
fair enough. The guy that... Anyway, we're not going to Neymar thing. I know he's your favorite player. I know that he's your favorite
Whatever
player.
Argument you have for Neymar, I can destroy it. I'm telling you, I've had these arguments so many times. But anyways.
Bro, I don't want to even argue with you. The guy that went to have his most career in France is great.
And he destroyed the league there. He averages more than 1 goal contribution per game.
If you score 50,000 goals in Paris.
No, it doesn't matter because nobody has done it.
It doesn't matter.
More than 1 goal contribution per game, and he took them to their first ever Champions League final. So it's not like he only did it in Ligue 1.
All of this in Paris, it doesn't matter.
It does matter because Ibrahimovic was there before that. He couldn't do it.
He is
Cavani,
I agree with Tevin.
Silva.
I agree with Tevin. Neymar is what could have been, should have been. Neymar.
No, he wasn't could have been, should have been because if it wasn't for Messi and Cristiano, he would have had 2 Ballon d'Ors.
I'm gonna tell you what, Neymar's career is gonna be forgotten within 10 years.
It'll never be forgotten. That's BS.
Wallah al-Azim, will be
if Messi and Cristiano didn't exist, Neymar would have had
not the point. Not the point. Neymar is the one in 10-15 years will be right. Yeah, Neymar was amazing talent, should have been, could have been. You know what? Neymar because the problem is his treble.
Say that about Rooney.
No. But Rooney's not in
Rooney,
that. Rooney.
No, because you guys won't remember.
Can I talk?
Mo will remember this. Rooney, when he was young, like Messi and Cristiano, was actually.
But can I talk? And yes.
Didn't even golden
and Rooney. Okay, hold on. And Rooney isn't on the same table. Okay, and Rooney isn't on the same table as Cristiano and Ronaldo. Cristiano and Messi at all. He's not even third. in my
Correct.
opinion. Like,
Yeah,
and I
Neymar has
think
done more than him.
Neymar in 10 years, I swear to God, I'm just going to tell you this. Neymar in 10, 15 years will be that guy. This is going to be the debate. Oh my God. One of the most talented players ever. He had this amazing time in Barcelona, bro, with MSN, bro, Suarez and Messi. They were on that game against PSG. They won a treble and Messi won Ballon d'Or. It was phenomenal. You know what I mean? Yeah, but the guy went to Paris, bro, and yeah, he should have stayed at Barcelona, to be honest. He could have been the guy that took over from Messi.
What did he
you
do
know
at
what
Paris?
I mean?
He didn't flop at Paris.
Nobody. Look, I'm gonna tell you, Ashraf, because you're a fan of Neymar, you're the only one who knows. Let me just talk. Let me finish that sentence before you actually interrupt.
Finish.
You are the only one, probably, that I know that actually followed Neymar's career at Paris. Nobody in the world, no La Liga fans, no Serie A fans, no Bundesliga fans, no Premier League fans have followed Neymar's career at Paris. Only you did.
And that's why they can't talk about it, because they don't know what he did. When I tell people, by the way, a lot of times when I tell people he's got more than 1 goal contribution per game, and it's time they get surprised. They're like, huh? What do you mean? Wasn't he injured most of the time? How many games has he played? What has he done? Bro, there was a time.
Yeah, but that's your point. Your point is spot on. Yeah, your point is spot on. Nobody can even talk about it because nobody cared enough to follow it.
But that's not the point.
We can talk about it.
That's not his fault. When he goes there and he takes PSG to their first ever Champions League final, where he was one of their best players.
Well, Inter reached 2 Champions League final. Lautaro Martinez took Inter twice to Champions League final.
Bro, he didn't take them. It's not the same. Don't give me that garbage. Lautaro Martinez is not the only reason.
Inter reached 2 Champions League
Neymar was the primary reason they made it there. Also, Neymar has you're saying Neymar will not be remembered in 10, 15 years. This is so funny. Yes, he won't be remembered as Brazil's top scorer of all time. He won't be remembered as the player with like the second most assists in international level of all time. He won't be remembered as the player who won a treble, where he was one of the best performers and scored in every single game from the quarterfinals until the finals. He won't be remembered as the first player to win Brazil.
You're a Neymar fan, so you remember this.
He won't be remembered for the stuff he did in the Confederation
Cup. That's the thing, bro. I am telling you, Neymar career. Neymar career. I'm telling you, Neymar career. I'm just telling you guys. In the public size, Neymar career ended in the top flight in 2017 when he left and went.
That's not true, because a lot of people in the public say he's one of the best players to ever play. People are comparing him with Ronaldinho and saying he could have won more Ballon d'Ors than Ronaldinho, which is a fact.
He could have.
Were not there. If Ronaldinho played in Messi and Cristiano's era, Ronaldinho, how many Ballon d'Ors he would have had? Zero. He would have had 0 Ballon d'Ors. If he played in Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo's era.
Absolutely not. I disagree.
Ronaldinho.
I disagree. Oh.
You think he would have won a Ballon d'Or if he played in Messi and Cristiano's prime?
05, 06, Ronaldinho is, in my opinion, my opinion, one of the best seasons that I've seen. Hold on. I haven't even said, yes. In my opinion, that season for Ronaldinho is one of the best ever seasons that I've seen from individual players. It's not about GA.
What did he do that season?
He literally won Barcelona. It was Ronaldinho's show. In 2005, 6.
He wasn't that great in the finals against Arsenal. What do you want about? That's already one game where I know for a fact he didn't show up. And he played against 10 men.
It's one game.
You said he won them something. So he clearly didn't win them the Champions League because that wasn't him.
Oh my God.
So now what? He didn't even win the Ballon d'Or that season. By the way, the funny thing is, Dino didn't win the Ballon d'Or that season. He didn't win the Ballon d'Or. He didn't even finish 2nd or 3rd that season, if I'm not wrong.
06. That's because of the work. He won it in 05. Ronaldinho.
Why didn't he come 2nd or 3rd then?
Didn't he win Ballon d'Or?
Maybe he came. I don't know.
05 or 06?
No, he won it in 04 or 5, not 05 or 6.
In my opinion, that 05, 06 was a ridiculous Ronaldinho. Champions League, La Liga, everything.
And Messi and Cristiano did that again and again and again, breaking records left, right, and center. Are you serious, Mo? They're clear of Ronaldinho.
Yeah, I watched both, and I think that he is. By the way, he won awards in 06 as well. I can't remember who. What did he do? 05, yes, he won Ballon d'Or. He won FIFA Pro Player of the Year. 06 as well. He won a lot of 06. You know, UEFA But because Ballon d'Or was won by Cannavaro because of the World Cup.
Yeah. Ronaldinho had an amazing season in 06, by the way.
By the way, in my opinion,
45 games, 26 goals, 23 assists, which is amazing. And yet that doesn't touch Messi and Cristiano's like.
It's not about the numbers. That is the difference. It is not about the numbers.
But they were not just doing numbers. They were doing numbers while destroying players on the pitch. They weren't scoring happens. They weren't scoring headers only, and that's it, and bismillah, and let's go. They were doing things that we have not seen footballers do.
This is one of the craziest things that people think that Ronaldinho in that period between 04 and 06, especially 05, 06.
Incredible.
I actually think it was ridiculous. It was one of the best seasons I've seen from a player in my life. Is my opinion.
Yes, but he was not better than Messi and Cristiano's peak.
In my opinion, it's one of the best seasons. So that's why I think that season he might have won Ballon d'Or for the season before.
It's funny you say that because I can argue Neymar had 2 or 3 seasons that were better than that, and you will not say Neymar should have won a Ballon d'Or. Why? Because Messi and Cristiano won it. 2014, 2015, Neymar was mental. 2017, 2018, Neymar was mental. In both years, he finished 3rd, and he didn't win it. Because of
we need to move on from this. This is very good. Estevao broke all Neymar's record in Brazil.
What?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say, by the way. A lot of people say that, by the way.
I'm not even gonna bother.
Bro, I'm in the history of the sport, Ronaldinho will be more remembered than Neymar, and you know that. Okay, let me tell you my opinion.
He remember doesn't mean he was better. What is that like?
Okay, let me tell you, man, that's the legendary of the games. Let me tell you who the players in the history that will be remembered above Neymar in the history of the sport. Cristiano Messi. I think Zidane will be remembered. Ronaldinho will be remembered ahead of him. Who else?
By the way, you say that, but I find it funny because the younger generation actually probably remember Neymar more than these old people. I call them old, even though I've grown up watching them. But the younger generation are probably going to talk more about Neymar because of the things they saw on the pitch versus the players.
I'm talking about anybody in their 30s or late 20s that watch Ronaldinho play.
Even 20s and 30s, you watch Neymar way more than Ronaldinho. That's a fact. If you're in your late 20s, you definitely watch
if you're born
way more Neymar.
If you're born in 1990, you're still like 35. You watch.
Yeah, that's not your late 20s. You said late 20s. That's not your late 20s then. If you're in your late 20s, you didn't watch Ronaldinho as much.
But we haven't even spoken about Arsenal at all yet.
This was a good conversation, though. It's a very good conversation.
I like it. I like these things. I like it. I like it. Anyway, long story. So going back to Liverpool. Oh, wow. This is crazy, actually. A very crazy conversation. Liverpool. You think that Liverpool are going to be... I don't think that Liverpool are going to be in the conversation. However...
To win the league, you mean?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I'm happy City
going back to the City versus Liverpool, I genuinely believe you're crazy to think that you would rather have City chasing you than Liverpool is actually nuts.
You haven't given me... So, guys, honestly, I've given logical reasons why. You have not given me one... All your reasons have been emotional. It's City, it's Pep. It's City, it's Pep. I spoke to Arsenal fans who are like, but don't you remember what City did to us 2-3 years ago? Don't you have that PTSD? I'm not going to make my opinions based on PTSD. I'll give you my opinions based on logic. The logic tells me, Isak, we've seen him do it in the Premier League. When he clicks, he's dangerous. Salah, again, I'm not even saying last season, forget last season. Salah at 70% is dangerous. Van Dijk at his best is one of the best centre-backs in the world. McAllister, we've seen him do it when he's at his best. Gravenberch, we've seen him do it at his best. Alisson, when he's back, by the way, who's injured right now, is the best keeper in the league and probably in the world. Gakpo, I think, is decent. Ekitike has been doing quite well already. I think they have more difference makers than City. Do I think City will finish above them? Probably, yes. But that's because I think it's too late for Liverpool. Even if they do click, I think the 8 points gap, actually it's not 8 points, it's 4 points. But I think they might find it difficult to overtake City if they don't fix up soon. But I think a clicked Liverpool is more dangerous for the reasons I just mentioned. Whereas City, it's Haaland and that's it. Haaland gets injured, I'm not that worried about City. And if Haaland is not injured, I still don't think they're as dangerous as Liverpool when both teams are at their best. Right now, they're better than Liverpool because they're in form and Liverpool are not. That's the difference. But you and I both can agree that Liverpool are playing below their capabilities. This is not Liverpool.
Okay, Let me just do something. Keep talking. Let me do something for you.
Yeah, sure. And I know people keep mentioning Pep, and I get it. I think he's the greatest manager of all time. I rate Pep highly, but I don't think Pep can do wonders if he doesn't have quality players, like every other manager, obviously. And while he has good players, I don't think he has the players he had 2-3 seasons ago who made a big difference for them, like KDB, like Gundogan, like Bernardo when he was younger and better, like Riyad Mahrez in the 22-23 season. So there's a lot more aspects for me to say that Liverpool are more dangerous when they're in form. Whether they get back in form or not, I don't know. I think they will at some point, and they'll figure things out.
Dino's more fun. Thank you guys for supporting and getting involved in the conversation. Dino's more fun, but Cristiano and Messi are animals. They're animals. It's ridiculous, actually, the numbers they produced. Absolutely, you're spot on about this. Let me tell you why I think City, if they're close to Arsenal between 3 to 5 points, they're more dangerous. Number one, I'm not going to assume that Erling Haaland is not going to be fit. I genuinely believe that City, if Rodri is back in the second half of the season, I believe in Pep Guardiola making it work for them to win, say, 16, 17 games or like win 12, 13 games consecutively. Liverpool last season were great. Everything was good about them. But I don't think that Salah will hit the form of last season. I think Isak, based on what I'm seeing, Isak might struggle actually to get into form. Isak might end the season with 12, 15 goals max, in my opinion. Ekitike, I think there is going to be, what is Ekitike going to play? Is he going to play left? Is he going to play central? What is going to happen with him? I think Wirtz will click, but I don't think he's going to get the numbers. I think Liverpool will struggle, actually, more. They can finish second or third or in that. But I think the problem with Liverpool is that if they click, they will win games, but I think they will struggle to actually get that massive run in when they win every game. You know what I mean? When they win every game. And also, I have seen this, by the way, analyzing history to try to predict the future is part of our thing that we do as content. I have seen Pep Guardiola figuring out in the second half of the season if he's close to the title, not only once, but 3, 4, 5 times have done it over the 6 league titles he won, or 4 times, right? He came back from behind to win the title when he was close. He did it in the treble season. He did it in the season after. And he did it twice with Liverpool, actually. Twice with Liverpool. So for me, I have seen City do it. And there are some players there that are not consistent, but I'm seeing Doku improving. I'm seeing Foden being utilized differently this season, right? I've seen Haaland even being utilized differently. Matthias Nunes. And when City did this with Fabian Delph, when they made a midfielder a left back, it worked for them. So I think Matthias Nunes will continue.
They've done that many times before. It's not the first time.
Yes, and it always worked for them. City only concede the title when they are out of the title race by December. Done, finished, they're fine.
Yeah, okay. So I'm
going to say one caveat. Yeah. If City go to Newcastle and get a result, not lose, I think that would be the kickstart of their season, in my opinion.
I think if they draw, that's bad. If they draw and we win, if they draw and we lose, then it's a good point. But I think if they draw and we win,
no, the difference will be 6 points. If you win and they draw, the difference will be 6 points. It's not.
Yeah, exactly.
You still have to go.
So
to
then the momentum is gone.
No. I disagree.
I mean, then by that logic, in the last
because after this, hold on. Because after this, they play Leeds, Fulham away, Sunderland, Crystal Palace. Fulham away is not going to be difficult for them.
I mean, Crystal Palace away is definitely difficult. Fulham away is not the easiest. Newcastle away is definitely not easy.
No. After Newcastle, if they're 6 points, I think they're going to push in to actually. After this, they play Brentford, West Ham, Forest away. I believe that City can win from Forest the next. After Newcastle, City can win 6 out of 8 games or something.
Maybe, and they could also win 5 out of 8, and that might not be enough, right? Like,
it depends on what Arsenal do.
But the thing is, the issue I have with people saying things like, "Oh, we have to look at the history to analyze now." Fair, but then take the same variables. You're not taking into account that some of the players who inspired those comebacks are not the same. You're not taking into account, by the way, that all those seasons you're referring to, they were the best team on paper. They had the best squad on paper. Obviously, they still have the best manager, which is fine. but they had the best squad in the Premier League. They don't have the best squad in the Premier League. They definitely don't have the best starting 11, in my opinion, in the Premier League. Whereas this season, they're coming up against two teams. In my opinion, the starting 11 of Liverpool and Arsenal is better than... Both have better starting 11s than City. Whereas when you're talking about 22-23 and 23-24, they were better than us on paper in almost every aspect. They just were underperforming, and that's why they were behind in the beginning and then had to catch up. It was not a shock when they caught up because they were expected to. Whereas now, they're not as good as Arsenal from a starting 11 perspective, and definitely not squad depth. And I don't think they're better than Liverpool from a starting 11 perspective either. And those are the variables people don't take into account when they say, oh, they can repeat history.
Is it a given that you're starting 11 better than them? Yeah, probably yes.
Yes, our backline is better. Our keeper... Okay, I'll give you Donnarumma because I think Donnarumma is fantastic.
No, I actually thought about it.
I know you will pick Raya. I know you will pick Raya because I've seen what you said before. But my point is, most people will say Donnarumma. I think our midfield, even if you take Rodri at his best, I would take Rodri, Rice, and
Odegaard.
I'd personally take Odegaard at his best. Yes, but obviously Odegaard is injured, so I hope he comes back soon.
So that's all the players Arsenal, and that's only 2 players who start from City.
No, I said Rodri.
So 3 players. I would assume
Rodri,
you say
Donnarumma.
4. Donnarumma, Rodri, Haaland, Doku. I'm assuming Rodri, Doku.
I wouldn't take Doku. I'd take Eze on the left over Doku.
He hasn't played on the left.
He's played 2 games and then Odegaard got injured. Otherwise, he would have played more games there.
What is your sample size for Eze on the left?
Crystal Palace. He played left.
He didn't play a left winger. He played as a left 10.
He doesn't need to play left winger. He can play left advanced 10 for us, which is still fine. That's why when he was playing.
Do people agree with this? I don't know. Do people agree with this, guys, in the chat? Do people agree with this?
About Doku Eze or about the overall combined 11?
Doku Eze. Now, tomorrow, there's a game tomorrow. Would you start?
I mean, see, a lot of people will take Doku because of the Liverpool game. But if I asked people 5 games ago, they probably wouldn't say Doku. Yeah, I know. But then we said the same thing with Haaland.
He's rage baiting.
He's
definitely rage baiting.
You think your backline is better than ours? That's mad.
Definitely Timba would start. Gabriel and Saliba would start. Calafiori would start. Rice would start without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
Saka would start on the right for you, for sure.
Easy. Yeah.
Are you mad? No,
and by the way, I'm taking Rodri at his best. If let's say I actually do wish he comes back up because I really like Rodri as a I don't know him as a person, but things you read about him and obviously the way he plays, the way he's disciplined, the way he takes care of his physique and everything, amazing. But let's assume Rodri doesn't come back at his best. Zubamendi gets into combined 11 then.
100%. Now Zubamendi gets into combined 11.
Easy, exactly.
Unless people think Nico Gonzalez.
He's not better than Zubamendi, I'm sorry.
Absolutely not. Not for me at all.
Okay. So there you go. So I wasn't lying about the starting 11 then.
I wasn't. I actually have more players from Arsenal than you.
What do you mean? Who do you have that I don't have?
I have Raya. Raya.
Yeah. Fair.
No, but to be honest with you,
by the way, we did a comparison because we did team of the season.
Rodri, for example, one of the things that I keep saying all the time that people don't believe me, I wouldn't take Rodri today. Like if you're asking me,
until he's back, yes.
Can I tell you something? If you're asking me tomorrow for the rest of the season, Mo, who would you take, Rodri or Zubamendi? I would choose Zubamendi.
Yeah, I know
why. Yeah. Because I have no guarantee that Rodri will come back and give me the last 27 games as the best of Rodri. But I know Zubamendi is there. Like Rodri at his best is better, but I'm not willing to take that risk on Rodri yet until he comes back, you know?
Especially when Zubamendi is not bad.
But I would take Doku. There is one player that people don't. That is my opinion. Nico O'Reilly would challenge for that left back without a shadow of a doubt. Every time I watch him, like for me, I think Nico O'Reilly would challenge Calafiori and Cucurella for the best left back currently in the league. If Nico O'Reilly continues like this, he will be the best left back in the league without a shadow of a doubt in my mind.
I can see it.
I think he will be a Cancelo level in terms of because he's going forward. His crossing is very underrated. But all his crosses are like on the money for Erling Haaland. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah, but he
in
won't be
terms of
against Salah,
defensive,
yeah.
he's very strong defensively.
Yeah.
Ball carrying, because of his physique. So I genuinely believe that Nico O'Reilly might actually be able to start. You know,
Yeah, maybe. I'm not mad at that, to be honest.
like
We did a team of the season in the Kura Pod on Friday, and this is where, like, again, you see, I'm not biased. We were arguing. I was arguing with like the other guys about Donnarumma getting into a combined 11 and not Raya, because if you look at the stats,
there are a lot of people. There
Donnarumma-
are a lot of people, my friend, that will take Donnarumma. There are a lot of
yeah,
people.
and stats show this season he's been better than Raya. To be fair,
But I wouldn't.
I hear you.
I would take Raya because of the ball playing ability and. Raya is picking like a third center back playing between the two center backs. It's ridiculous. Like the way he comes up the 18, create angles for his teammates is nuts. Like this is an extra.
The funny part is we checked long passes of both players, and Donnarumma was actually better than.
I know, because Donnarumma pings this, because long passes are more than 30 yards and Donnarumma pings there. But it's not only. It is not only about the long passes. There is something that Donnarumma does that people don't realize. Only the people that played football and played in a team that builds from the back. Every time Saliba and Gabriel might be under pressure, Raya sprints to create an angle for the pass.
Correct.
That is something that doesn't do this. Like I see Raya read the game as a DM. Like he goes to create that angle for the center back to get him out of the press so he can move the play to the other side of the pitch where there is no press, when there is empty spaces. Nobody does this in the league, by the way. Nobody, by the way, does this in the league. Alisson does it sometimes. You know what I mean? Alisson does this sometimes. But for me, we'll talk about Gabriel. Let me do these super chats before I actually forget them. Faraz is saying, a fully firing Liverpool are dangerous because they don't lose to mid-table teams, whereas this City has an odd Spurs Brighton loss in between, regardless of Pep. So I would rather have City chase us. People agree with you, which is nuts, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, guys. The difference between Liverpool and City this season is, I think Liverpool have been low on confidence. I think they have gone through like a bad spell. I think they have not. Mo, you commented here, by the way, instead of the private chat. Al-Fikra.
Yeah, I did. It's fine.
Yeah,
what
look,
did I say?
You put okay. Yeah, you put okay in the thing.
I put okay. It's fine.
I think Liverpool have gone through a bad spell, which I think can be fixed with like tactical changes, whatever. I think City this season have not gone through a tactical spell or anything. It's showing weaknesses in their team. The loss to Tottenham, the loss to Brighton, then good runs, and then draw to Monaco, and then good runs, and then a loss to Aston Villa. Let's see how they perform against Newcastle. I disagree with Mo. I think if they don't win against Newcastle, that'll tell you the difference between them and Arsenal, because Liverpool and Arsenal both went to Newcastle and got 3 points, right? If City are in form and should be challenging for the league, what is stopping them from winning at St. James Park?
Newcastle.
Yeah. What is stopping them? We beat Newcastle and so did Liverpool at St. James Park. You would expect a team that's rivaling us to also go, especially when they're in form, apparently, to go and do the same thing there.
I'm going to tell you something. I actually think City will beat Newcastle at St. James's Park.
Yeah, if that happens, then that's
Mo, I do Liverpool content, not gaming. Oh, okay. I want to come on call show if possible. I we gap. I don't know what that means. In Liverpool content, when it comes to females, I'm gonna be big. Fair enough, Becky. I'm gonna invite you, Becky, to the Thursday with Jess. But you gotta, it's called the Cooking Lounge if you watch that, Becky. So you gotta be coming with weapons, with Kelkster and Jess. So you gotta be showing up for this. We'll see how it goes. As an Arsenal fan, I prefer City being the challengers. This will allow us to demolish the demons of not only being just second, but beating the master. Beating City is better than beating Liverpool. Bro, I think it's crazy. And I think nobody agrees with you guys, actually, that you guys prefer. It's actually, I don't know. People really think that oh my, I can't imagine this. Bro. I can't imagine this. She
If
means see the
Liverpool
gap.
beat Forest this coming weekend, guys, and we hopefully beat Spurs, and City drop points to Newcastle, watch the narrative will change again. They'll be like, there you go. See City, see the gaps? I'm telling you.
We'll see.
But obviously, if they beat Newcastle.
But that's why I would. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I would rather have Liverpool chasing me. I know you
Thank
see
you,
the
Neo
gap.
Draken. I agree. I prefer no challengers whatsoever. Let us run away, please. I hope both of them keep losing.
Arsenal's argument for winning the league is we have the best squad. City's argument is we did it 3 years ago and they call us History Channel. That's a very good. I've never heard this one. I've never heard this one, my friend, but it's a very good argument. We did it 2 years. They did it 2 years ago. Yeah, that is fantastic argument, actually. See,
that is a very, very good argument.
This is one of the best super chats of the day. City's arguments like we did it 2 years ago. But again, Liverpool have never won it in a title race. Do you think he can cope without Gabriel as well?
They've never won in a title race because they've ended title races. In 2019, 2020, why are people pretending like Liverpool were not chasing City? Sorry, City were not chasing Liverpool until Liverpool ended their title race when they smashed them 3-0 at Anfield. And then City gave up after that. Like, people have to give credit to Liverpool there. Liverpool ended City's title race that season, not City decided, I'm not going to compete. And then it became a no competition because Liverpool just ran away. That Liverpool team would have won even if City were chasing them.
Oh, that team was nuts. That team was crazy, actually.
99 points.
Yeah. It's actually nuts. Do you think Arsenal can cope with that, Gabriel? Set pieces.
It depends how long he's out for. I think if he's out for like
3 to 6 weeks.
Oh, shit. That's a big problem. Especially since he's missing Chelsea and Tottenham and Bayern. I don't know. Look, I don't know what he's gonna do. If he's gonna play Calafiori there and then play Hincapié left back, or if he's gonna play what's his name, Mosquera there. I think it's definitely a hit when it comes to set pieces, both defending and attacking. Yeah, I'm surprised, Tevin, because I didn't read 3 to 6 either. This is a bit.
Me too. I read it second grade. I read it's a second grade. Guys,
yeah, if it is 3.
I read it's a second grade, right? Second grade, it's 3 to 6 weeks for growing in.
Yeah, if it is second grade, it is 3 to 6 weeks for sure.
So,
yeah, but that is sad, man. The best center back in the world getting injured at this stage. It is pretty annoying.
I'm gonna actually find I'm gonna do a video about it later and I'm gonna try to read the comment to actually inform the people what happened.
Man, and we have Brentford after that, and then Villa away. Jeez.
If he misses Broski, if he misses Spurs, it's not a problem because you're playing at home. To be honest, it shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I think we should be fine. And they are missing players.
By the way, the Bayern Munich game, guys, I promise you, it is not important for the people that have been in this competition. It is not an important game. Win or lose, nobody cares. And
I think it's important for the league, not for the Champions League.
I don't think it should be. I think the message should be for the fans and the people. If we draw this 1-1, 0-0, 2-2, who cares? Moving on. Do you
remember last season when Liverpool beat Madrid in the Champions League and then went on to beat City and continued their run?
But I don't think this should affect you in the league.
It shouldn't, but it might. I hope it doesn't.
The reason why, Ashraf, because it's between Spurs and Chelsea, and I think the players need rest. And I think if Arteta can, because for you and Bayern Munich, that last season proves that this group thing, it's not a massive factor. If you get top 8, if you get 8th or you get first, nobody cares. Because Arsenal were 4th and they got the toughest draw in the history of mankind, right? And we were 4th, right, 1 behind you, and we got an easier draw. We faced Bayern and Barcelona. It wasn't an easier draw.
But I get what you mean. Look, I don't think it'll change our trajectory. I just sometimes I do believe in momentum quite a lot. But I hear what you're saying as well. And I'm not saying that that's an excuse. My point Chelsea and Spurs and Bayern are missing players as well.
For me, if Ben White is fit, Bayern Munich, Ben White started. In my opinion,
I agree.
In my opinion,
Mosquera should start. For sure.
If Saliba's there, and he should maybe Saliba. If you're planning to start Mosquera against Chelsea, Hincapie started. Mazdu should start the one game, left back. Not Calafiori.
Oh, I wouldn't. I would rotate like 4 players max. I wouldn't go crazy, because the good thing for us is Chelsea also have a very, very difficult game in the Champions League. And unlike us, they've already lost a game and drew a game. So they can't afford to drop points at home. So they'll probably want to beat Barcelona, and they'll probably want to start their best team. So even though we should be resting some players, but the good thing is if we don't rest the whole team, guess what? Our opponents also will not be doing that. Our opponents will be going, Chelsea will be going full strength against Barcelona. So they'll probably be more physically drained than us.
By the way, this Barcelona game is a massive test for Chelsea's credentials in the Champions League, as they say, by the way. Massive. Seth is saying, why should we be scared of City? We should welcome it. If you want to be the best of the best, we shouldn't fear anyone. I'm going to tell you something, Sid. I actually disagree with this. I actually want to face the weakest teams. I don't want title race. I want the easiest route to the Champions League final. I want the easiest route in the Cups. I want teams to beat each other. I don't want anyone chasing me at Inter. I don't care if there's a title race, no title. I don't care if anyone gets all the injuries in the world. As long as at the end my name is on the title, that's all I care about. I don't want to face the best. I want... You know what? At Inter, I want Napoli to be at their worst. Bro, I don't care at the end. This notion that they're gonna bring me the best. No, I don't want the best. I want the worst team. I want City and Liverpool to be at their worst status if I win the league, for example, if I'm an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
If I'm a Liverpool fan...
And the good thing is nobody will tell us, oh, you won the league only because these guys were bad. Like, they will give us respect.
Who cares? Like for me, like Liverpool last year, do you think Liverpool fans at the end, they didn't celebrate because Arsenal had injuries? No, bro. They celebrated. They had a parade. Everything was good. Ashraf, in the next 5 games, City will overtake you. If City fails, I will donate 20 subs to Mo. 20 subs. I don't know what 20 subs to Mo. And you do if it happens. Are you taking the bet? Ashraf doesn't bet.
German chicken wing, it's haram for me. I can't bet, bro. Like wallahi, I'm not trying to back up, but it's really, I don't bet. It's haram for us Muslims.
I don't need the bet. Let's just say between German chicken wing and Ashraf, I don't want the money. Forget the money. He thinks that in the next 5 games, City will be above Arsenal. Bro, this is actually it's a little bit like, I don't know. It's not far-fetched though. But I believe
I don't think it'll happen, but it's not far-fetched, yeah.
But I believe if City are above you, I believe it will be. Like, if City are above you, do you think it's going to be over at that time? Or do you think that you'll gain momentum?
No, it will not be over, but I think it'll be a big problem. If City overtake us at any point this season, I think it's a big problem. Because I think then our momentum will get killed.
How many games do you think you'll win from Spurs, Chelsea, Brentford, Villa? 4 games.
Spurs, Chelsea, Brentford, Villa. I think 3.
You win 3. You draw, you lose.
Either draw or loss. I'm not sure. I'll say draw because our defense is quite good, but I'll probably say loss actually.
Okay, what about City? Newcastle, Leeds, Fulham, Sunderland. 4 games as well. I get 4 games.
Sunderland is home or away?
Okay, so Newcastle away, Leeds at home, Fulham away, Sunderland at home.
I think.
Okay, hold on. He said 5 games. So let me do 5 games for Arsenal. It is Spurs at home, Chelsea away, Villa away, Brentford at home, Villa away, Wolves at home. How many games?
I think, 5 games. I think we win 4 and lose 1.
City, Newcastle away, Leeds at home, Fulham away, Sunderland at home, Palace away.
Oh, I think 1 loss, 1 draw, and 3 wins.
So the gap will increase from 4 points to 6 points in your opinion.
Yeah.
Or even more, or 7 points if you draw.
Yeah. No, not 7. It'll be 6 points, no? Because our loss and their loss cancels, and then draw.
No, if you draw, it will be 7. If you draw, don't lose, because the draw.
Yeah. I think we'll lose 1. I think we'll win 4.
You think which one you think you will lose? Villa or Chelsea? Gotta pick one.
I feel we won't lose to Chelsea, but I can see that happening. If I had to pick, I'd probably lean slightly more towards Villa, because I think Villa, just them and their fans will be super up for it. We've lost there 2 seasons ago. I think Chelsea will be as cautious in that game as we would, which is why it might end in a draw. Like it'll be close to a draw, and I think we might nick it.
Wow.
But if we draw or lose to Chelsea, I definitely don't think we draw or lose to Villa. I think we beat Villa then.
You think you beat Villa away from home?
If we draw or lose to Chelsea, I don't see us dropping points in more than one game. I hope not.
That's a fair. You see, guys, that's why Ashraf is very objective. He's like he's nothing. You didn't rule out losing to Chelsea, but you think if you lose to Chelsea, you will beat the Village. Very good.
Yeah.
Bro, the problem is you play Brentford midweek. You know that, right? This is crazy.
Yeah.
They don't want the players to rest, bro. They don't want the players to rest. This Rashford come back, by the way, 15 GA already. Yeah, he plays for Barcelona. It's very good. It's very good. People think you're mad, which is kind of crazy. I know we gotta end anyway. I'm gonna actually just give me 5 minutes.
Oh, I don't know if I have 5 minutes. I have 2 minutes only.
Okay, we'll end then. Fine. We'll just do these super chats. No chance Arsenal winning 4 from 5. Why not? I don't see why not. Why not? I don't understand why not, German. Like, what is stopping Arsenal from winning?
Akil said this is no objective. He's just stating what he wants to happen. Oh, yes, I want us to lose a game, guys. I want us to lose. Please, Arsenal, lose one game so I could say, oh, you know what? Yeah, I got it right. 4 wins and 1 loss. Seriously? I want us to win all 5. I want us to win all 5, but I don't think we.
It's actually crazy that people think that he wants.
I don't think. By the way, I don't think we beat Bayern either. He didn't include Bayern. If he asked me about Bayern, I would say then yeah, there's 2 games we don't win.
I don't care about the Bayern game, to be honest. Guys, big up everyone that joined us from the Football Terrace, guys. Hit that like button, guys. If you guys are here, hit that like button and subscribe. We're not staying for long, but hit that like button. Let's get to at least 300 likes. We're very close to 46,400 subscribers. So like the video, right? And subscribe to the channel if you're new. And Ashraf talks ball in the description as well. You still have the same thing.
I'll put more videos, guys, soon. I promise. Just to get the time, but I will.
Yeah, 100%. Let's get to 200 likes, guys. Oh, thank you so much. And subscribe if you're new. I'm going to actually take this and I'm going to send you guys to Osama's channel. He's doing a watch along for Haaland versus Italy. So that's a good match. That's a good match. There is no point of the game, but anyway, it is what it is. Hit the like button. Ashraf, this is absolutely amazing. I need to actually do this a series. It's me and you on this channel. We need to find time to do it. And I want to thank everyone that joined us, guys. Hit that like button before you go. Ashraf Talks Ball in the description. Subscribe. And also, guys, I want to ask you guys something. Go check them out, okjersey.com. Just go to the website. I guarantee you won't regret it. You know what I mean? You won't regret it. Use the code JUDGE and you won't regret it. I got some really good vintage ones for some clubs, and you guys are going to see them. They're very good quality as well. So go check them out. Use the code JUDGE for 8% in the checkout. If you haven't bought some, actually the current ones and the old ones are very top quality. Go and check them out. This will take it to Assam, and I'm out of here, people.